It's now 7:40. Good morning. You know, all week long we've been talking to experts about how to market yourself, improve your resume, how to use social networks to land that dream job. If you are considering continuing your education to change your career, we have some advice for you today. To talk about returning to school, we have Loretta DeLoggio from the DeLoggio Admissions Achievement Program. I hope I said your last name right.
You did indeed, Joyce.
Yay! I love when I do that. Well, welcome to the show, and we're so happy to have you here.
Likewise, it's wonderful to be here.
Nice to see you. It is amazing how many people have been considering going back to school as an option because the job market is so tight. Is that what you're seeing?
I'm seeing that. A lot of people are going back to school. A lot of people are using it because they're laid off or because they are in fear of being laid off in a tight economy. A lot of other people are using it simply because as the economy gets rougher, the demands that employers put on employees are harsher and harsher, and people feel like if they're going to work that hard, they might as well have an advanced degree and make a little more money to go with it.
It makes their application look better in this competitive job market too, because there are a lot of really qualified people out there looking for a job.
Absolutely. There's always another skill that you can add to your resume. My niece, the tattoo artist, is now going back to beauty school because the tattoo market is becoming a luxury market.
I'm sure you're seeing admissions go up, and a lot of people, even if they're not out of a job, they might be unhappy in their job. It's not quite what they want to be doing. And is that a right choice? Is that the right choice for most people?
If a person has a job and they're happy and secure, there's no reason to leave it. Like you and me. If a person is unhappy, it's an excellent choice. And that's true whether they're employed or not. Because if they're not happy with their job, they should always be looking for something to fulfill them.
So what should they consider if they've just sort of crossed that first hurdle of, I think I'm going to go back to school, these are where my interests are, and they haven't quite narrowed it down? Give us 3 or 4 things they definitely need to consider before they make the jump.
They need to consider the competitiveness of the market. That because more people are applying to school, and more people are applying, reapplying, trying to get the gold star of a top name school, the market has become very, very competitive.
Just to get into school?
Yes.
Okay, so
the
consider
number
that.
of seats has not increased, and in fact has often decreased as state budgets cut down on education.
It has decreased for sure in Washington.
Indeed.
So.
And when you add to that the fact that more people are applying, it means that if you're going to be taking an entrance exam, work double hard on it, done preparing. If you're going to be writing essays, make sure that you proofread them, that someone else proofreads them, that there's nothing misplaced commas or any kind of mistakes in them. And if you're going for any kind of professional field, make sure you give full disclosure about any kind of arrest or other problem history, because even if they find out 10 years after you graduate, they can take your license away.
No kidding.
No kidding. George
Cost is a
Washington University has that happening right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where years later they found out.
Yes, a man graduated.
Somebody didn't
applied for the Florida bar, and they found out that he had some kind of undergraduate problem that he'd never reported.
So a reminder.
And they not only disbarred him, but they retroactively revoked his graduation, his certificate.
What about cost? That is obviously a factor for someone thinking of going back to school, especially if they're going to leave their job to go back full-time.
Sure.
What are the financial aid packages looking like out there, or just availability of resources for people?
The financial aid packages coming from the federal government have been increased this year. The Pell Grant has been increased a little bit from $4,000 to $5,000. The amount of deductible tuition for IRS purposes has been increased. The big problem with grants coming from private universities is that their endowments were in AIG, and we saw a big hit in the scholarship and grant market this year. Now, whether that will continue next year depends on AIG, and I left my crystal ball at home.
I'm curious about the age range of people thinking of going back to school. What does it look like?
I have a client this year who's 20, and I have a client this year who's 56.
So it's the whole gamut. People looking to do something different that they're probably going to be happier doing. Loretta, we're out of time, but thank you so much for being here and part of our week of helping people to reinvent their career, and hopefully we've given you all some really great information. And if you are going to be heading back to the classroom making a career change, we hope it works out for you. Thank you so much
for inviting me.
Loretta, so much. All right.